Hi, it's Kim Michelle Birdsong, Mother's Nature. This is part 2. Evevangeline tells Bob Dillon he is Einstein channeling a nigger. Our daughter, just called from, this is Robin Birdsong. She was Queen Victoria and, lots of people. She's in Hawaii. This is part 2. I said that our children have been raised in poverty, in hell. That is true, technically. But I, by hook or crook, gave them experiences of the rich because I thought that I was working to help my husband, at that time Edwin Birdsong, become a star. So I thought we were going to have money, and I wanted my children to match money. I knew children whose parents had money, but their mentality was ghetto. So I didn't want that. I wanted them to feel comfortable with money, so I raised them as though they had money. We spent time in the library, lots of the time in libraries and bookstores and parks. We took advantage. We live in New York City, the best city in the world, truly. When I told Jesus Christ that I lived in New York City, he gave me a big smile. So what else did we do? Roller skating, gymnastics. She was at the Joffrey Ballet. I talked them into letting her study for $7 a week. I had to do special things like that and give variances so they could go to good schools. They all got into exclusive organizations that got them in private schools because they passed the tests. There were IQ tests, all kinds of tests. Birdsong, our son, got into the ABC program. And so he went to private high school, Friend Seminary. He was a rock star there. And Robin got into prep for prep. So she went to Grace Church, an exclusive Episcopalian private school. And then she went to Friend Seminary as well. And she started a film club there. And had lots of friends. Went to, toured Italy in the 11th grade. Went to a boarding school in Beverly Hills, where she had her own horse to take care of. So they had, and then Melanie, she got in the Early Steps program. So she was in Friend Seminary from the time she was in kindergarten. And she and I did some Sesame Street episodes. That was a lot of fun. And they all took violin lessons. Einstein loved the violin, so I wanted to give them that pleasure. They didn't really continue, but they got the experience of that. And Melanie studied piano. She was Vivaldi, so it makes sense that I would give her violin lessons. Robin was Handel's Messiah. She took violin from age 5 to 15. And sing, of course, he was all of it. He was Mozart and George Gershwin, and projected himself as Sly Stone, Jimi Hendrix he was, and I can't think of everything we did. Singing went to summer camp because I found a special program in the Soviet Union, so he got to travel, which makes you more intelligent. And Robin went to China when she was 9 years old as a member of the Children as Teachers of Peace, and she went to Central America with them as well. She asked Juan Ortega, the dictator, a question. It was on the radio. So she had that extraordinary experience. So what am I saying? I'm saying they don't have poverty mentalities. We lived in a rundown old tenement that was, but I got us out of there. We didn't stick around. When we woke up, we had breakfast, and then we were gone. Let's do it. The Radio City Music Hall. We get tickets from the daycare center or something, and go and see Snow White with the prince coming out on a real live horse, and the fact that I got them into Greenwich House daycare. That was a very good daycare center. Her best friends were the fathers were bass players. Cameron Brown was an upright bass player, jazz, and Miriam Parker's father was also an upright jazz bass player, William Parker, and he was nice enough to put music to one of the songs I had written. And and then they would go Christmas they'd spend with Stevie Wonder and his family, which is Robin's father.